joined by Coach Amy Mallon and Marist Baker. Marist today, 21 points, and helped the team beat Marist for the first game of the season. We'll open up with a statement from Coach, and then we'll open up questions for Marist and then Coach.
You know, nothing's better than winning your first game at home, especially, you know, having a ring ceremony before and unveiling our championship banner, which Marist obviously was part of. Just a special night for us in general, but to get that first win at home, and especially the excitement around the game and a lot of alums here, I'm just really proud of this group. You know, we have a lot of new faces, we have some returnees, and I think we're still learning our way together, but we saw some really nice things tonight, so I'm excited to continue to build on those things. And obviously, Marist leading the way for us is not a surprise to me, and probably not anybody else anymore, but just excited to continue to see this team do what they can do, and especially at home today.
Questions for Coach. Please talk into the mic when you are asking a question.
For Coach or for Marist?
Coach first.
All right.
Or sorry, Marist first.
Okay. So we kind of just talked about it not really being a surprise that you're leading the way for this team coming to this season, but a little bit of a surprise at least is you played all 40 minutes today. What kind of like off-season work did you put in to prepare for shouldering that burden of being the leading person, literally being on the floor for every second of the win tonight?
Believe it or not, like on off days, I would just, go on the Schuylkill Trail and just run. And I would have like a destination, I think it's called like Mountain Green or something, and come all the way back. So, crazy to believe I love running. I have to. It's basketball. You got to run. So, yeah, I just love the grind. Preparation for, 40 minutes, whatever it takes, whatever coach needs me to do, I'll do it.
Hey, Marist, before we get into the game, you have the ring right there. How cool was that to have that presentation to reflect on last year and with some of your current teammates and some of your teammates from last season as well?
It was definitely awesome. You get to see your former teammates and you get to share it with your new teammates, the transfers as well, because they know they can experience that moment if they just put in the work exactly how we did. And I'm just happy that everyone, the alums were there, the former players were there, and even our current players as well, because we can do it.
And a good win to start off this season. And you have some new players, some transfers with Dave Evans and Kara and Molly Lavin. Talk about what it was like to play with them really for the first time in a regular season game.
It was awesome. I lean on them, build their confidence, because they're hoopers. They all can hoop. As long as they're confident, they're out there, they're going to do whatever it takes, for our team. So, yeah, super excited for them.
What's your word of wisdom for today?
Word of wisdom. I was listening to this song called "So Ambitious," so I'm gonna just say ambitious. I want my teammates to be ambitious, myself, the coaches, the staff, just come in every single day, just knowing that we can do whatever it takes as long as we put the grind in, the work in, we can do it. Thank you.
Marist, I have one more question for you. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
So as you guys mentioned, definitely some returners, but also a lot of new faces.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little bit about your leadership style and what this role as a senior and as a heavy contributor looks like for you?
Yes, just being vocal, just telling them where they need to be, leaning on them, making sure that they remain confident, because, when you get into a new system, it's hard. But, just give yourself grace, come in, work, and it'll all pay off. So just super proud of them and excited for the rest of the season.
Out of all your plays tonight, amazing shot, started off the night with a ring. What was your favorite play you made personally or the team made?
My assist to my teammates.
It's a good answer.
Thank you so much.
See you, Coach.
I'll take this now. Okay. Take that ring. I'll take it. Yeah.
All right, now we'll open up questions for Coach.
Hey, Coach. Congrats on the win. some new players, so we kind of saw the new starting lineup and some different rotations. Were you kind of going into this game kind of seeing what different combinations could work for you for this team?
Yes, I think, I said earlier, we're still like piecing this together. I think we have a lot of great pieces, and you're seeing that early on right now. But, learning to play together and play as a team, especially as a unit, and do it without any little bumps, I think that's something that comes with time. And this group is certainly, you're seeing what Deja's capable of, Molly, Kara, just the obviously the transfers we have coming in, and then with some of our newcomers. But really excited about the things I'm seeing, and I think a lot of it are things just when you become more comfortable, you're going to see them continue just to do things at a higher level. So excited. Leigh McGurk came off the bench. She was the spark we needed. That's exactly, she knows that's her role, and I think she came in and did an excellent job today. I thought Molly, just her end at the end of the half, the great rebound, the put back, those are things that I think we're going to see this team doing more and more.
Yeah, I think two things that really stood out for me, the bench points with Lane really stepping up when you had some players in foul trouble, and the points in the paint with players like Deja and Molly. How big of a factor will those two items be, down the stretch to kind of help out the players like Marist and like Chloe Hodges?
I think that stat line you haven't seen a lot in our box score, over the last couple years, and so for me, it's exciting as a coach because that opens up everything else. It makes some of the looks for Marist a little easier. It looks, the open shots for Kara, you're going to see open up the paint. So to get those, inside those paint points, that's really, really a stat you don't see much with us. I think for I think the assist to turnover. 15 assists on 26 shots. That's something that's Drexel basketball. That is the way we play. But just excited. As Marist said, one thing I think you're going to see us doing, moving the ball, getting good looks. I actually thought sometimes we look to pass a little too much, but I'll take that right now, and I think we'll find our way each game.
We just talked about the impact of the new incoming transfer players that featured prominently for you today. But somewhere that I thought they really stood out today was on the defensive end. So if you could kind of speak to the defensive impact that especially Deja and Molly really contributed for you today.
Well, I think you said, defense is certainly something we focus on as a group, and now to have two post players that can actually defend, the post players, and, Deja, just her ability to block shots and take us in space in the paint, that's definitely going to be something I'm excited about when we're looking at teams and with different mismatches that we've had in the past. So I think Molly and Deja give us a really strong presence in the post defensively. And I was really happy, with our overall defense. At times I think, the second half I would have preferred them not to score as many points, when you look at it quarter to quarter, but obviously we come out with the win. And that's kind of, exactly where we were. Our defensive goal wasn't really obtained, but I said, we're going to learn. I really want to learn season by winning some games, and that's something we'll work on. Hey, that wasn't our goal, but we'll get better, and we'll get there with that.
And also, just kind of how much confidence do you have as a coach in Marist that there were a couple times where it seemed like some set offense wasn't really taking, and then it would just the ball would get in her hands, and it would just be like she made something happen. So as a coach, how much confidence does that inspire in you?
Well, I think that's one thing when you have a player and you've coached them, and obviously in Marist's case, she's in her final season with us. That's the trust you have. She's put the work in. She does it every day at practice. So for her to kind of take the reign, and I love it when a player can do that without me having to, say, hey, this is what we're doing, and you can see it. She wants the ball. She wants it in her hands. No matter the outcome, make or miss the shot, she's willing to take a chance, and she has the ability to do it. So I'm excited to see her continue doing that. And being in this situation all year, we're going to be, and at this point, I said she's no longer a surprise. So, teams are going to do things to try to make it hard for her to score. But I think that's the nice part about this group. I think we have a bunch that can really be effective if the ball is in her hands.
Hi, Coach. So going into halftime, you guys had a pretty comfortable lead of 38-22. And then Marist came out in the third quarter and went on an 8-0 run. Which then you called a timeout. Can you talk a little bit about what the message was to the team timeout, because you guys came out at the time level? I was just wondering what that huddle looked like and what adjustments were made.
Well, I think it's like anything, obviously the goal is for them to come out and score, 8 points straight. And when that happens, my biggest thing was just to refocus with the group, because a lot of even the turnovers we had that put them in a position to score were not really things. I don't think Marist it was like a focus thing. It was like not being on the same page. and just reminded them about that's why we're successful and we stay connected. So I think, we made the adjustment. We did the things we had to do. A lot of what, Marist took 27 threes. That's a lot of threes. And they did a tremendous job getting some open looks. And, some of them didn't fall, but that's an area where I said we really have to lock it out. At that point, we said we got to lock it back in. Then we got to lock down and figure out what we're going to do right here and adjust. And they did. We came out, we did a better job containing and doing the things we had to do.
Last question. Good. Perfect. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Be back home on the 13th.